I followed my husband to find out where $800 a week was going, and I wish I'd never looked. The first time I noticed, it was $800 withdrawn from our joint account on a Tuesday. I asked Marcus about it that night. Work thing, he said without looking up from his phone, had to cover some equipment. The next Tuesday, another $800, then the Tuesday after that. Same amount, same day, always cash. I checked our statements going back 6 months. Every single Tuesday. $800, that's $20,800. I felt sick. Marcus made good money, but we weren't rich. We had a mortgage, student loans, a daughter starting college next year. I tried asking again. Marcus, what's with all the cash withdrawals? He kissed my forehead. Don't worry about it, babe. I've got it handled. That's when I knew something was wrong. Marcus and I had been married 14 years. We never kept secrets about money, ever. I started watching him. He'd leave the house every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Said he had poker night with guys from work, but poker night doesn't cost $800 every single week. I checked his phone when he was in the shower. Nothing suspicious. No strange texts. No dating apps. I went through his email. Clean. His browsing history. Normal. Maybe he had a gambling problem. That would explain the cash, the secrecy. But Marcus hated casinos. Said they were depressing. Maybe he was having an affair. Paying for a hotel room every week. Buying gifts. But $800 seemed excessive for that. And Marcus wasn't the type. Or maybe I was just stupid enough to believe that. 2 weeks later, I decided to follow him. I told him I was going to book club. Instead, I parked down the street and waited. At 6:28 p.m., Marcus came out, got in his car, and drove. I followed 3 cars behind. He didn't go to a casino, didn't go to a hotel. He drove 40 minutes outside the city to a neighborhood I'd never seen before. Rundown houses, overgrown lawns. He pulled into the driveway of a small gray house with bars on the windows. My hands were shaking on the steering wheel. This was it. He was meeting someone. I watched him walk up to the front door. He didn't knock. He had a key. My stomach dropped. He had a key. I waited 5 minutes, then got out of my car. My legs barely worked. I walked up to the house and tried to look through the front window, but the curtains were drawn. I could hear voices inside. Marcus's voice, and someone else. A man's voice. Deep, familiar. My heart started pounding so hard I thought I'd pass out. I knew that voice, but it wasn't possible. I tried the front door. Unlocked. I pushed it open slowly. The house was dark except for a light coming from the back room. I walked toward it, my throat tightening with every step. The voices got louder. You're getting better at chess, Marcus said. Took you long enough. Shut up, the other voice said, then laughed. That laugh. I knew that laugh. I pushed open the door to the back room. Marcus was sitting at a small table across from a man in a wheelchair. The man's face was scarred, thin. His hair was graying, but I'd know him anywhere. Daniel? My voice came out broken. My brother turned his head toward me. His eyes went wide. Jess. No, you can't. Marcus stood up fast, knocking his chair backwards. Jess, I can explain. Please just, you're dead, I said to Daniel. You died 6 years ago. Car accident. I buried you. Daniel's face went gray. You buried an empty casket. I couldn't breathe. My vision blurred. What? Marcus stepped toward me. Jess, sit down. Please, let me explain, I screamed. Explain why my brother has been alive for 6 years and you never told me. Daniel wheeled himself forward. I asked him not to. You asked him. My legs gave out. I grabbed the door frame. Why? The accident wasn't an accident, Daniel said quietly. I tried to kill myself. Drove my car into a concrete barrier at 90 miles per hour. I survived, barely. Paralyzed from the waist down. Brain damage. Couldn't walk. Couldn't work. Didn't want to live. My hands were shaking. So you let me think you were dead? I was dead, he said. The person I used to be. I didn't want you to see me like this. Broken. Useless. Marcus's voice was soft now. He called me from the hospital. Begged me not to tell you. Said he couldn't handle you seeing him that way. I've been paying for his care. Visiting every week. Helping him recover. I looked at Marcus. Then at Daniel. Then back at Marcus. $800 a week for 6 years. $249,600. Marcus said. Give or take. I started crying. Not sad crying. Angry crying. You let me grieve for 6 years. I spoke at your funeral. I visit your grave every month. Daniel's face crumpled. I'm sorry. I thought it would be easier. Easier? My voice cracked. You're my brother. My only brother. You think I'd rather believe you're dead than see you struggle? Nobody said anything. The room was silent, except for my breathing. Marcus stepped closer. Jess, I wanted to tell you. Every single day. But he made me promise. You should have told me anyway. I know. I looked at Daniel. He was crying now. Real tears running down his scarred face. I'm sorry, he whispered. I thought I was doing the right thing. I crossed the room and grabbed his hand. Don't ever do that again.